And in my opinion, I think, sir, why don't you introduce this, make it compulsory for every youth, every young person to do military service before they get into either university or do a job. So that will make our nation a disciplined nation. I think, as you know, sir, because military training means discipline. So why don't you make it compulsory for every young person before either he gets into the university or start a job to undergo military training, sir.
Thank you. You underwent training in Min area with General Ranjan Vijayaratna and the Planters Corps.
Yes, sir. I
was the chief instructor for that.
Yeah, I was the force, and yes.
Yeah.
And Lieutenant Colonel Vijayaratna was the commander.
Yeah, and Pinchit Senator. Yeah. So the answer to your question, giving military training to the civilians, I am very happy that a lot of people cheered for you when you came out with that idea. That means a lot of people seated here, they accepted that idea. That is not a bad idea. It happens in many countries, small countries like Singapore, everybody is doing military training. In big countries, in addition to their standing army, they call it the reservist. So they have the reservists, like we have a volunteer force, like the Rifle Corps. But there is one thing we have to be careful about. If you want to give military training to everybody, then there is no way you try to get security clearance and various things. It must be open to any person provided he is a citizen in this country. It can be, of course, as you said, it can be to youths, it may be in other countries, not only the youths, even the elderly people, middle-aged people go through the military training. But before you do that, before you introduce that project, you have to ensure there is proper law and order in this country. As far as the underworld is active, and there are various communal clashes and sentiments, the terrorism, and there are various other issues harmful for the peace in the country, peaceful existence, then it is not advisable to give military training to everybody. But then these corrupt elements, they will make use of, they will take the advantage of that situation. First you have to ensure the law and order is there in the country. And then this do away with underworld and various other elements. Create a peaceful situation, peaceful atmosphere in the country. Then what you recommended is acceptable to the country.
Can I ask a question?
Hello.
Can I ask a question, please? Yes. Now, as we all know, with the price hikes are because the IMF World Bank conditions, or rather austerity measures. How are you going to resolve? Because people are suffering with all these hikes. Majority of people, majority of the population. What are you going to do about? How are you going to resolve this with the IMF and the World Bank? Because now we are under them. They control. Our parliamentarians or the rulers are under their clutches. Or rather, they are puppets of the IMF and the World Bank. So, can you please tell us how are you going to negotiate with them?
The way I understand, you are asking about the solution for the pending adverse situation in the country, economic situation.
Not really solutions for the current situation. How are you? We have already signed agreements with the World Bank and the IMF. So they have given conditions. Okay, we are going to give you this loan if you implement this, if you tax the people. So you have to negotiate with these people, IMF and the World Bank.
Definitely, there are we are expecting for the IMF, the World Bank, yes, the restructuring of the foreign debts, all those things still have to go through definitely. Nobody can come and say that I will not work with IMF anymore, or I will do away with the agreements with the IMF. These things still have to go ahead. But problem in the country right now, again the World Bank or the IMF for restructuring the loans, all that still amounts to borrowing money and living with the pending the borrowed money already, pending loans. So what I spoke here is, in addition to that, there should be a way for us to recover from this nuisance, from this predicament, by developing some economic framework, economic project, economic some plan together with this. Otherwise you can't do away with the IMF and the World Bank and all that and do anything. But then we can rely on them forever. As it is, we can see the government is very busy borrowing money, but still they have not told us anything how to boost up the economy in this country. For that you have to have an action plan. So that is what I was talking. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Marshal Sarath Fonseca, the members of the table. I have two questions based on some recent events. Now, People's Bank chairman in his report to the COPE mentioned about 500 billion to be write off. 500 billion rupee, big amount. The culprits are number one, I think, Kasturma Dalali, I don't know to mention. Number two is Dayagamage, who is the treasurer to Vikram Singh. You as a parliamentarian, or members of your party will be able to bring some trust on the judiciary to recover this money from these culprits. According to, the law, they hide behind the veil of incorporation. They have formed companies and companies have become bankrupt. So bring that issue. That's number one. Number two, I am very surprised and very happy about the recent landmark judgment given by the Supreme Court regarding those people who cross over. I want to know whether you as a parliamentarian or your party will bring some trust to what is called, for this to have what is called retrospective effect, so that those who have already jumped from one side to the other will also be punished. Thank you.
Yeah, crossover from one party to other party. In fact, when Nehapalna government came 2015, we discussed the same issue. Then the smaller parties, members of the smaller parties, because the discussions are taken with the party leaders. Before you propose a constitution or amendments to the constitution, parliament proceedings, there is a meeting between the party leaders. So there are too many party leaders in the parliament. Although they are contested from the same symbol, they come for this meeting. So when it comes to taking a decision about stopping the crossovers, all the small parties, they vehemently protest against that. They want that to be kept as option for them to switch over from side to side whenever the situation demands, whenever the situation is favorable for them. So that is the problem with the crossover. Why we can't stop it and block it with the constitution or something like that. That issue is there. But of course, judiciary has taken, as you said, a very encouraging step this time. If that practice can continue without giving in to the political pressures, that will be very good, I think. I think that will do some good for the country and the political machinery working in this country. Then about various people not paying the money back, the loans back, and after writing them off, obviously it can't happen in the country. The money belongs to people, money belongs to government. So if somebody takes a loan from the money which belongs to the people and he stays without paying it back, then whatever the excuses he gives, I think at least he must go to the extent of putting them in the jail. That is the only way that the people will stop doing it anymore. Because they have given false promises, they have given false guarantors. Finally, the the bank or the institution become the victim, final victim. So that cannot happen. There should be very strict laws, acts which have to be introduced to ensure that this practice has to stop, and the people must most probably, if they still want to continue with this practice, they must end up in the jail definitely. That's the only way.
The party that you represent, if and when they should come into power, they carry among their parliamentarian membership corrupt elements who have migrated into that new party. So if you, Field Marshal Fonseca, is going to do a revival, fight against corruption, the public will be looking at the party that is moving forward to get rid of corruption, carry corrupt people in the party. What is the action you or the party going to take against that?
I agree with you to a certain extent. But I have to, when I am here, I am still a party member and I am the chairman of that party also, so I am not supposed to criticize the party here. Then there will be another issue and finally I will be at the receiving end. That will not do any good also. But I think more than the party correct themselves, what has to happen in this country is the people must stop voting for the corrupt people. That is the only way out. If there are corrupt people in any party, if there are a few corrupt people in my party, I know that majority of the people in my party, the MPs and area people, they are not corrupt. But I can't give assurance and say that there are no corrupt people in my party, then you all will think that I am another liar. I am also most probably a politician who is looking out the interests of the corrupt people. But I think only way out is the people must make use of the occasion they get during the voting process. They must make use of it and stop voting for the corrupt people, whatever the party they come from. Otherwise, when the trend goes, people want to vote for one particular party, then whoever who is there in that party, they start voting for it. So the people must take also some responsibility. Otherwise, if the people think you all expect the politicians to correct themselves, that will never happen in this country. Whether you must get a good leader for this country like Lee Kuan Yew or somebody who will come and sort out this corrupt politician. Otherwise, the people will have to do it. These are the only two ways out.
Mrs. Fonseca.